bags from Prada, rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we pack up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Dying from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no. You better call back.
Well, Coach, any Florida resident will tell you that afternoon pop-up showers and storms are the norm, and that's exactly what we have right now. Actually expecting a pretty steady rain throughout today here in Jacksonville at TIAA Bank Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Oklahoma City Bison and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day
on first down, Dobbins. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
I'm not sure that you'd call it a trick play, but it definitely showed some imagination there. I wouldn't be surprised if they want to come back and show this play a few more times before this one is over.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
Box it. Get 300. Get 300.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Hard throw, incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Returnable for Grant. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. First carry for Peyton Barber. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Bravo.
2nd and 9 now. Got him in. It's Brown. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain there of 30 big ones.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. They'll drop the throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How How about being able to hit a moving target against the zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. And he does not get to the first down marker as they stop him at the 19. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there. Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
On first down, Rodgers. They complete it to Hill. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They'll run on first down. Dobbins trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State.
At the 47-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Hey, take 26.
Now a give, right side. Dobbins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Got a man, it's complete. Williams. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Throw complete to Herndon. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. A much different second drive here, Charles. They go 3 and out the first time. This time they've been able to sustain something downfield.
And that's what often happens. You get the game started. You know, you have to get your footing underneath you. You have to get used to the flow of the game, the speed of the game. And sometimes that first drive is more of a probing drive. It appears they found something here in the second one.
Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. No score after 1 on EA Sports. A give, Singletary right side, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Already a pair of 3rd down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this 3rd down try. Here's Rodgers to throw. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Let's get it.
And his kick is indeed good. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go. 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 11 yards there, first down.
First down, Oklahoma City.
Down. 90 Wolf. 54 Mike. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. He's crawling. 64. Weak.
Barber on first and 10. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
Go! 8-3. Hey, Delta.
Back to throw now on second and 10. This will be caught by Brown. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
First down.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Back to the running game with Barber. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Well, another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
12 yards there and a first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get inside. Let's go.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. He'll drop to throw. His throw caught right around the 6. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
On the ready.
So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
X3. 218. Chop. Watch it. Hey, one set. Check Mike 50.
Here's Barber. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, second and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise...
And it's caught. Touchdown. From 6 yards away. And his guys have taken the lead. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of...
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And once again, the Jaguars are back out in front. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And the lead is now 10-7. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This fielded at the 2. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
They'll take over 1st down and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Come on,
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. We're down 3, under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown! Hollywood Marquise Brown. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And his guys have once again taken the lead. It didn't take too long for them to get that lead right back, did it?
No, it certainly didn't, and it's got to be just a bit demoralizing. You're charged up, you take the lead, you send your defense out, and guess what? One play later, you're right back in a position of having to go down the field and score again.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Come on now, let's go. At their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Rodgers throwing again. And this one's incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Check. Fresno.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Taking a shot for Samuel. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Man open left side is Brown. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
60 outlaw.
Watch the slant.
Hey, Haywood.
Mike 51. Mike 51.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing right, and that's complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 12 yards as they get to reset the sticks. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
Jump out.
Check my 33. Check my 33.
Let me again.
The final shot before half for Rodgers. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On second down, Barber. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on third down. He'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And oh, he coughed it up, and the Jags grab it. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Jaguars. And a big turning point here in the second half, Charles, after that play.
All you're trying to do is change momentum, flip things around for your team. You're just trying to take the ball away. How about when you take it away and score? That really changes things.
A try here for the extra point. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready, set.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Check 31, check 31.
61, matchbox lights. Get it.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Peyton Barber was the intended target, and that'll bring up second down. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman, and they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
They'll take over first down and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
Now on 2nd and 13. Rodgers. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
51's the mic, 51's the mic. Let's go, D.
On play action. Now Rodgers. Herndon's got it complete. A good pickup there at 22.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a 1st down. They only need a yard here. 3rd down and 1 after the penalty.
Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Back to one. Clear, Mike.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but I know it's really not. They had a chance to kick points off the board. Now they have a chance to kick a field goal by missing that shot.
Yeah, especially at this spot in the field. He's got to be upset he couldn't come up with that INT. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
They'll take over. First down and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Down.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Off the edge, the sack by Reggie Ragland. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Deebo Samuel, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
They'll take over. First down and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 35. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity.
You go tight. You got tight. Here, Mike. You got tight right there.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins, and just a couple yards there down to the 17.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
Get 300. Get 300. Hey.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. And his kick is good. And that lead will move from 20 up now to 23. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. 2nd and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Throw left side complete. It's Brown. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Another nice gain. 13 yards that time and another first down. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Undercrunch.
Back to throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play.
Hey, Juice. Hey, Delta. Get it.
They'll set up a throw. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. He's going to go up top for the end. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
On 1st down, Dobbins fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back at New Paltz, Mrs. Bytheman Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Over here.
On 2nd down now, Dobbins. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. Lacking much success. Just 2 for 7 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now Rodgers. Completes it to Samuel. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the 1st down in the process. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 3rd down, Dobbins. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Jags picking up the 1st down there, a gain of 12.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Jags, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Oklahoma City, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew,